My name is James with LMC. Today we are going to install a door on a 95 Dodge truck. It has rust down at the bottom that's all the way through, so we're going to go through and show you how to put door hinges and seals and door lock mechanisms on. The purpose of this is to keep an older truck that is actually in really good shape other than rust at the bottom of the door still on the road. It doesn't really make sense to buy a whole truck for a little bit of rust that LMC can provide a part for. Okay, first we're going to start by taking the door panel off. I've already taken the cup where the handle is off so I can get at the door panel. The second thing I need to do is take off this handle in order to get the door panel off. Now the door panel, one more, there we go. So then what I typically do is I'll reach inside here and I'll push this up. There's a little spring clip. I'll push that up, pull that up. I'll turn it sideways and I'll pull it through like this, so then it dangles there. So the next thing I do, I'll pull this plastic sheeting off. Sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. The second thing we need to do is take the speaker out of the way. Okay, speaker's out of the way. Okay, so I'll get that out of the way for right now. So the next thing I'll do is I'll take the mirror off. So I'll get these clips out of the way. These are 10 millimeter on the inside. Same one that does the handle. Poke the grommet through, pull the wire through. What I like to do is put the nuts back on the mirror so I don't lose them. I'll pull this upper seal off, pull that one off, and from LMC we did get a new seal, so I'll put this to the side for right now. So the next thing I'll do is, down inside here, you can see these studs that come through for the window. I always take the glass out when I take the door off, before I take the door off. Normally what I'll do is I'll keep the power hooked up to the door so I can align these so I can get at them without having to run a jump box or something to the door to power the window regulator. But in this case I can get at these because they're all the way down, so it simplifies things. Okay, so now the glass is loose. Then what you do, grab a hold of the bottom of the glass, take it off the runner, if at all possible here. Okay, and then the glass comes out. So then you take the glass and set it to the side so it doesn't get broke. Now, so the kick panel's out of the way right here. There'll be screws that hold a kick panel on. Take the kick panel loose, and then your wiring harness for your door on these Dodge trucks come through here. And they're down here. If you get down and look straight up, right here, these are where they're plugged in. Up underneath here. Okay, so then the wires will look like that. You'll smash these down. Sometimes you got to use a screwdriver to push them down because they get hard. Get that loose. Oh, this one's got a ground strap, so then you got to pull the ground strap also. Right here's a ground. Take that loose. Keep the screw. Put it back in place so you can go back together with it. So the next step is just taking the door off. What I typically do is do it with a hand wrench because you can't get anything else in there. You can, but it's kind of tight. I start at the bottom typically and get the bolts out of the bottom hinge first on the doors. That way it can hold the weight at the top. Okay, on this last bolt you got to put your knee underneath it. Like this, if you don't have a jack or a floor or a door jack or a door stand, and just support it, support the weight of the door. It's not too overwhelming, but if you have a buddy, it typically makes it easier. Door's ready to come off, and then I'll take it and just set it to the side for now. I'm going to tape off where this hinge goes so I have a good starting point in which to put the new hinges on. So you want to kind of line up the lines with the edge of the tape so it gives you a good starting point to put your new hinge on, so you're not just guessing, so you can get it pretty close on your first attempt, so you're not pulling a door on and off a whole bunch of times. So it gives you a good starting point, a good reference around the hinge. You can do the top also if you need to, but on this it's pretty straightforward. The bottom hinge is even easier, it's easier to get at, so do the same thing on the bottom. Just line your tape up. So if the door that you put on is similar, it should be open and shut real easy without a whole bunch of adjustment from that point. So this lower hinge right here has play in the bottom of it. So with the pins being wore out, we're going to go ahead and replace the lower hinge. And this is the lower hinge that's supplied by LMC, so we're going to put that on now. Okay, with that one tight, now we'll move on to the top hinge. And this one's a little trickier because it has a glove box, a dash in the way for this inner bolt. So I've got to get the proper length that I need for an extension to get in there to get this bolt loose and out. So what I do is I take the clip loose in here, then if you squeeze this together right here, you can get your glove box out of the way. So then your glove box can come out of your way. And it gives you a little more accessibility to get down inside there. So what we're doing is lining this line up with this edge right here and right there and along the bottom. And so I'll tighten up the outside, get that tightened up, then I can tighten up the inside. Now that we got the hinges on, we're ready for a door. Sometimes when you get these hinges, you gotta open them up. So that's one click, two clicks. So now it's completely open. So now we can put the door on and still be able to get at the bolts. Grab the door, set the door on my knee, prop myself up in here. Okay, so now with that out of the way, do that. And if you look right here, the lines are following each other. Perfect right throughout here. It's not hanging out of the truck. The fender's not over the door's not over the fender. It's following itself real nice. Body line's nice and crisp, follows along here. I can put the striker and the latch in this door, and this will be adjusted. It's a new door seal. I'm going to go over to this door and I'm going to start pulling the wire loom out. So if you don't remember how wires go, it's best to just take a magic marker and draw a line on how they loom. So then when you go back to the new door with this original wiring harness, you'll understand where it goes. So then you'll have a track that you can follow. For your power door lock, you'll reach inside there and you'll just reach in there and pull these two clips back and it'll slide right off. So then it's unplugged off the loom. This is the power window regulator wire right here. So then what you do right here is you pull that open like that and pull it off. So then all these wires are disconnected. So then you can just take your tool and get in here anywhere there's a clip like this. Get on the back side of it and pull that out. Pull this one out and just work your way down. And just remember, from here to here, On this particular door, it's on the inside. Then it jumps to the outside. So that's loose. So the next thing is take this off. Okay. For insurance purposes, what you want to do is take your tape and tape off your edges. Because now that you're going to put a door on that's been freshly painted, this is a little added insurance. It's a line of defense against chipping the paint. Okay, so now we'll shut it and check our adjustment one time real quick. See if we need to fine tune anything. And that looks good. Because the gap right there lines up nice. So that looks good. So the next thing we'll do is we'll run these wires in and get them back in their place. So now we got the wire loom run. So now all we have to do is transfer parts. These are speaker screw clips. Typically you can't get them out without destroying them. So what I do, since we're not using this door, is you just take a pair of side cutters and you just cut them open like this. So then when you get them opened up like that, you can peel them out of there without messing the clips up, so you can reuse your clips. But if you're trying to save the door, it's best just to destroy the clip and order clips. But in this case, we're reusing everything. And then they just go like this. You just slide them back in place like this. Squeeze them together a little bit and they slide right in place, just like that. So this would be for power mirrors. Taking the outside door handle off. If you look down in that hole right here, well, that's where the stud is for the door handle. So it'll be an 8mm socket. You want to save the nuts off of those, because your handle from LMC will not come with these. So then there's one bolt right here. So you go right here on this side, and then you just take it. You don't have to take it all the way out. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. But that's what holds that door handle in place on the bottom. You just push it in. There's a clip inside here. You gotta finagle it. So then that takes your lock rod off. So I'll set this in the truck. Okay. So this is gonna be for your window channel run. So now that's loose. So that comes out like that. Down through the bottom, you take the window seal out, and then it pulls out through the bottom. Save your bolts, because you're going to reuse the bolts when you transfer to the other door. If you look right here, it's got a C-clip. Pull this C-clip out like that. Slide the lock up, and then the lock comes out. So then that enables you to get your door handle out, because the lock rod comes down and it gets wedged on the door skin of the truck. All right, so this is the inner door handle. So we take that loose, pull it up like that. There's a clip right here. Slide that down like that, and this comes off. So now what you have to do is take this loose. This part is part of the window regulator, because that rod goes through it. So in order to get that out, you got to pull that down and out of the way. So now there's the old door latch. Okay, so then we'll put this up here. So we'll get that, just like that. Then we'll grab the inner door latch mechanism. Pull this out like that. Put this on. Make sure you slide that to the back side like that, so you can put the rod all the way on. And it just snaps over. Put that down, bolt it in place. Transfer the rod off of this to this end right here. Clipped in place just like that. The clip's on it. So what I do is I come in here, drop this thing down, goes in the purple hole, purple clip for the lock. Put this in, flip it forward so you can clip it in place. So that's for the lock. So I leave that dangle like that, so I can put the door handle in, and then I'll slide it in to where it locks in this clip. Slide this clip underneath here up, so then it locks in place, just like that. Rear window track, we'll put that in now. 2 bolts, and it's got a clip right here. It just slides up that track just like that. And then you adjust it down to where it needs to be on the holes. Just like that. So it's going to be Torx right here, bolt on the other side, bolt on this side. So now we got to go back over and take the front part of the window track out here. Just like that. And take that off. Slide it around. Maneuver it. Squeeze it together. Okay, so this goes in like that. So it goes in through here. Now, if you look inside here, get it in that channel just like that, and slide it up. Just get it started, and it'll hold itself in place. So then you come over here. There's 2 bolts you put in that you took out from the other door. One goes right here, and one goes right here. These 2 bolts right here for the window track, and then make sure it's slid into the track up here. Okay, now we're going to do window regulator. So we have a new window regulator from LMC. What I like to do is just take this one and compare it to that one, make sure they look the same. Make sure the plugs look the same. 2 plug, 2 plug, just like that. We're good to go. Get that down in there. This has notches in it with big holes, so you could actually start the bolt before you put it in. So just get this one started to hold it in place, and then grab the rest of them. Get them started before you tighten it down. This has a tab on it, so then we got to flip this one around. So the tab will go in that hole. So this will come up like this. It will line up with that, just like that. There you go. There, 1 regulator in. So now we can put the weather seal in. Okay. We're going to put the door glass in now. So then what you do is you line up the track with the front edge of the glass and the back edge of the glass, if you can. Just like that. And you slide it down here to line up with your window regulator. Down inside here. Another thing, don't forget to plug in your window regulator after you install it. Just like that. Put that in. Just like that. and to plug the lock back in, just like that. So that's that. So the next thing we're going to do is the outside belt molding and inside belt molding. Okay. So now we're going to put the outside belt molding on. Curved in, goes towards the back of the door. Slide one corner to the front, back where it lines up, and just press down, just like that. It's done. Now we're going to do the inside that goes against the glass. So then the same thing, line up front edge, get the back edge going, and then push it down, just like that. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put the mirror on. So what I do is I pull it through like that, bring the wires through the hole, holding it like this, and I look inside the door, line the studs up, pull it through, and get one nut started on it. And it has 3 studs on it. And then after you're done with that, make sure you plug the mirror into its clip, just like that. All right, now we're going to put the striker on and get it adjusted to the door latch. And this also is from LMC. Same with the bolts. So what I do is I take a line from here as I'm shutting it, and I look inside here to give me a visual. So this one, the striker's a little too high, so just to start with, what I do is bring it down just a skosh, and I look again, lining that up, looking inside there. Okay, it could come down a little bit more, even. Just a little bit. Because you don't want it dragging on the top or pulling down on the bottom. Because what that'll do is wear out your latch and your door hinges. Okay, we'll look at that. See what it looks like now. So let me try it again. Yeah, we look good. So now we're going to switch out the switches on this, and both these have the same part number. Same part number from LMC. One's a door lock and one's a window switch. So we're going to switch these out. So there's a tab there and a tab there. You push them out and push that out. So then you just put them back in the same fashion. You just push them back in until they lock in place, just like that. That one's done. So then same on this one, you just get in here, pry that out, get that side going, just like that. Just like that. Grab the new one, slide it in place, and you're done. Just like that. So now we're ready to go in. Okay, so then they just slide in place and clip in, just like that. So let's try this. So let's give it a try before we button it up. It's gonna be a little tight at first. Door locks are working, window works. Got the new seal from LMC that goes from here to here. Starts at the top. So now we're going to put the door panel on. Put that to go through there. So it'll just rest on there. Make sure the door's unlocked. Bring that up. Grab a hold of that from the back side, holding that lock cylinder. Not cylinder, but the lock actuator. Line that up. And pop it in place. Get it lined up just like that. This goes back down just like that. Then your cup goes down in the hole with 2 screws. This is the inside door handle cup. So then you just take your screwdriver, or in this case your screw gun, Line the screws up. Just like that. Then the next thing that goes on is your inside door handle. This is also sold from LMC. This is an LMC part. So flip this around because this is on the wrong direction. It goes this way through the hole. So then you get that started like that. The bolt started inside there. So then when that's started, then you line it up inside here. Find the hole. Just like that. And it is done.